Today in this video, we're going to be showing you guys the evolution of Ink Bendy. Every single version that ever came out for Ink Bendy since the existence of, Bendy, the whole franchise, Bendy and Ink Machine, Bendy and Dark Revival. We'll be showing every single one, starting from the whole concept, then the alphas, and then after that the betas, and every single one of the different designs, some in-game footage if I actually can show you, and if I can't really show you in-game footage is because I don't really have it, because I'm gonna have to ask the people if I'll be able to use it. There's just some really cool things. So without further ado, let's start off with the evolution of Ink Bendy. The very first one we have on the list is Concept Bendy. This is the first version of Bendy. This is the first version of Bendy ever modeled. In the earliest concepts, Bendy was much smaller and cuter, with a face that was split open to reveal a terrifying mouth. And as you guys can see here, it's just a regular old cute Bendy, except for his eyes just, look exactly like the Bendy eyes, but no mouth, nothing like that until he opens up his mouth and you can see the dark truth that lays inside. You can see a whole bunch of different fangs, a whole bunch of different teeth, and it's the texturing, everything looks pretty cool, to be fully honest, and it would have been really cool to see this in the game, but it looks like it was not scary enough, maybe, and I guess wasn't what they wanted the whole Ink Bendy to look like. So sadly, it looks like they scrapped that whole entire idea, and Concept Bendy never came out in any final version. The next one we got here now is Alpha Bendy, the one we all know and love, the one that started this whole journey, the one that officially actually was able to debut in the very first alpha. It's Alpha Bendy. This is the original game used design of Ink Bendy from the earliest version of Chapter 1. It is jokingly referred to as bird poo with a smile, like among the developing team. So as you guys can see here, it literally looks like this, and I do have a bird, and she likes to scream her head off in my video, so you probably know who she is, and all it really is just a huge blob, and all it literally has is a smile. It has two little horns, or wannabe horns, with a whole inky smile with some ink just dripping off. It definitely, in my opinion, looks really good, and it really brings back some fond memories, because literally when I first got into Bendy and Ink Machine, this is the model I saw every YouTuber play. It was from 6 years ago. It's just iconic, and I think at this whole entire point in time, this Bendy is literally the go-to Bendy. We all just know and love him. The next one we got here is one that some people still remember. It's the Beta Bendy. This Beta Bendy was Ink Bendy's form until the release of Chapter 4. At the time, the game received a major visual upgrade, and the title chapter got a new model as well. So ever since Chapter 2 up to Chapter 3, this was the Bendy they used. They didn't really update it. It was a really good Bendy. He has arms, and he actually has legs, and he still has that whole smile, and with his whole eyes is all gone. He still has his horn, but this time it looks a little bit more like a crescent moon, a little bit more like the actual cartoony Bendy. He has one regular hand with one glove hand too, filled with ink to the brim, just making it look amazing with the whole reflective and inky, style. And this was a good Bendy, and we all really love the design, but at this point, it can only get better. Till the final release of Ink Bendy. Ink Bendy as we know him today, although similar to the Beta Bendy, his upgraded version was remodeled, enchanted with a higher polygon count, and given new ink features. And as you guys can actually see here, this is him. It's exactly like they said, close to the Beta Bendy, but this time his smile has more of that whole hand-drawn look to it, making him look almost, like he was a cartoon, exactly like the Alpha Bendy, with a more, like they said, ink effect on it. It just looks like ink is slowly dripping throughout his whole entire body, with his bow tie looking all hand-drawn. Same thing with his gloves. Instead of looking like they're just ink all over the place, ink is just flowing throughout his whole entire body, and it just looks a lot skinnier, a lot more bonier, like he's, really hard to walk with that whole limp, but its whole face shape is kind of the same, and like I said, it's very similar because a whole bunch of different upgrades. Looks a lot more reflective, and it's the one Bendy from Chapter 1 to Chapter 5 that if you play Bendy in Machine right now is going to be the Ink Bendy you're going to see. For the last Bendy in the original game, we got here Beast Bendy. Beast Bendy is the Ink Bendy's horrifying final form in Chapter 5, pulling away from the cartoony face and reveal the demon within. And as you guys can see here, it just shows his Beast Bendy. He's literally a beast. He's like a Hulk of a regular Ink Bendy. And instead of having that whole smile, he just shows his big teeth, almost exactly like the concept version, just, make him look a lot more menacing, like an actual beast. And you could definitely tell from Bendy and the Dark Revival that the design obviously went a little bit similar to what they're doing here, but this Beast Bendy was still iconic and and was sadly only shown for the final few moments of Chapter 5, but at the end of the day, still a great model. In my opinion, not one of the best models. I definitely do like the whole iconic smile is what makes Bendy Bendy, but this whole Ink Bendy's definitely... Beast Bendy is definitely one interesting case. Now, if you guys thought that was really it, no. We're going to be talking about now Bendy in the Dark Revival. In this game, we had actually 2 to almost 3 different Bendys, with the very first Bendy, being totally different from what we know and love. Now, when it comes to Bendy in the Dark Revival, there's technically 3 different models, but if you want to think about it, there's only 2 in the actual final game. But the one we're actually referring to is the original Ink Bendy. The original Ink Bendy has, like we said, 2 different versions. Well, technically 3, well, we finally found out now, being the earlier version of Ink Bendy. He had many different merch actually made for him, being like mystery minis, even action figures being the most one that we can actually see a full model of, and then also some shirts here and there with the original Ink Bendy face that was going to be shown within Bendy Dark Revival. But then he was sadly, I guess, thrown away, and he was probably too similar to the actual Bendy that was in Bendy and Ink Machine, and they probably wanted to change things up, make it a little bit more scarier. So we have the new Ink Bendy, let's say Beast Bendy. The new Ink Bendy looks more like a, bull. He has some hooves in the bottom. He has the iconic, horns. But sadly, he doesn't really have that smile, but he also does. He kind of like sports the whole Beast Bendy face and physique, but when it comes to his mouth, he doesn't have almost a daggered teeth. He kind of has that same smile, the whole hand-drawn smile we all, love at this point about Bendy and Ink Bendy, but this time it can actually open up, and it has a lot more of human-like teeth with a whole hand-drawn touch to it, showing a little bit of like the skull with this ink dripping down, almost covering his eyes like the original Ink Bendy. And with this design, everybody loves it, and yeah, we all love it. It's a mix between Beast Bendy and Ink Bendy, making literally what many people could call the best Ink Bendy to ever come out. It's definitely, in my opinion, a really good one, but at the end of the day, I really hoped and just wish that they make a DLC showing the original Ink Bendy we're supposed to get. Its whole entire smile looks like it was supposed to be a huge grin smile, and it was supposed to look kind of like the original Ink Bendy, literally the exact same, just with a bigger glove and a different body type, with also the horns looking a little bit different, with also having just a huge creepy grin, which in my opinion would have definitely been cool. The footage I'm showing you online, the footage I'm showing on screen right now, is just the early footage that someone got from 2021, showing, the original version of Bendy and how he was supposed to look in Bendy the Dark Revival before he got switched. And after he got switched, we still got the last and final version of Bendy we need to talk about, the Bendy Beast Bendy 2.0. I'm calling him 2.0. I don't know if that's his official name, but it's like the Ink Bendy that appeared in the final act of Chapter 5 in Bendy in the Dark Revival. He's very similar to the actual, Beast Bendy in Chapter 5 of Bendy and Ink Machine, but this time it's Audrey and Ink Bendy merged as one. He has a lot more different features, like his hands has 2 different holes inside of it, showing like the whole gloves feature that Bendy originally has. Looks like little nails on the side, like long nails. Also, his teeth are a lot more bigger, not more crookedly shaped, and he's just a lot more buff. He has a lot more of like a bodybuilder type body. Beside that, that's really the difference between it all, and that is the evolution of Ink Bendy. Every single form from 2016, 2017 up to 2022. Yeah, this video is from 2023, but we finally just got the Ink Bendy version. And that is surprisingly all of them. We're not mentioning any from Bendy, Boris and the Dark Survival, like Ghost Bendy or any of those other ones. Those do not really count. We're talking about the evolution of it all. That was kind of like a whole buggy one. No matter what, Boris and the Dark Survival kind of uses the exact same final version of Ink Bendy that Bendy and Ink Machine, chapters 1 to 5 uses right now. So that's why it's not in this evolution video. But let me know in the comments below, what do you guys actually think about this video? I did actually get this video as a recommendation from the person that actually found the leaks. So just going to give some credits here. I'm gonna say I'm just gonna show you his profile on the screen. This is his profile on the screen right now. Please go follow him. He's amazing. And also, he's not the only one that found the leaks too, because last my other video I forgot to also credit the original person that had the leaks too also. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about them, and out of all the different versions, which one is your favorite? I definitely do like them all, and they're all really amazing, but I gotta say, I'm really tired between Bendy and Dark Revival. They really got some good ones. But anywho, just let me know in the comments below what you guys think, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.